can. She yanks the passenger side handle, but it's locked. I reach over and pop the latch as she beats against the glass. "Take these," she says, hustling her stuff inside and shoveling a Ziploc bag full of pill bottles into my hand. "And wherever we're going, go quick. My husband's coming." "Whoa, lady," I protest. "I'm just like the crisis counselor guy. You should have called the police." "My husband is the police." My head drops against the window, and a sound comes out of my chest like air from a punctured balloon. Ugh. "Look, I didn't know what else to do," she says. "I was too chicken to use a pistol, but I had the pills all poured out and said, 'Hey, God, if you're really up there, and if you care, and if there's some reason you need me sticking around, then you're going to have to send some kind of help right now.' And not 30 seconds later, your TV commercial came on and said, 'Need help? A crisis professional is standing by. Call now.' Well, if sitting 3 hours on your bathroom floor crying and trying to get up the courage to take enough pills to end your life isn't a crisis, I don't know what is. Now hurry, or we'll both be in it deep." "Both?" He's just some small-town cop who thinks he's big and bad," she says, curling her lip with disgust. "But if you can get me to my sister's in Spring Hill, her stepdaddy is the judge. He might be able to help me there." I hold up the baggie of pills. "Were you really going to take all of these?" "Seriously," she says, measuring a millimeter between her finger and thumb. "I was this close." "I don't know about Spring Hill," I tell her, "but I think I can get you somewhere safe." I hit the gas and throw gravel all down the side of her Taurus as we fishtail back up the drive and turn right onto the break in the serpentine curve. She whips around to look behind us. "Car coming," she warns. I check the rearview mirror. Twin beams approach from the other side of the bend. I pull over and kill the lights. "Why are you stopping? Go, go!" I lock the hubs into four-wheel drive and barrel through the field, driving blind. She braces herself with one arm on the console and the other against the door. We hit a series of ruts, the wheel of the trooper bouncing hard, but plowing on. She cusses with every rut until I slide around a patch of thicket at the far end of the curve and park. Distant headlights gleam towards us through the pines. They turn and motor slowly away. "Ma'am?" I say, my heart still pounding in the side of my neck. "Yeah?" This is a little beyond my level of crisis expertise. "Sorry." The engine ticks as we sit in silence, waiting until the taillights vanish from sight. I reverse to unlock the hubs and ease back onto the road. "Where'd you learn to drive?" she asks. Dukes of Hazzard reruns. "Yeah," she pries her fingers from the door. That makes sense. We wind back up the same highway with rain pelting the windshield and an old green suitcase between us on the seat. "Jamie," I say, reaching over to offer my hand. "Nice to meet you. Sorry it's under circumstances like this." "April," she replies, pushing wet hair from her face and ducking her eyes. "I sat next to you in Dr. Engel's class freshman year. Just my small-town luck. It's okay if you don't remember me." I glance over at her. "I remember. It's been a few years. Seems like 20 with all that's happened to me since then. You meet this person, and they seem so perfect at first. Then you get married, and everything starts falling apart. Money problems and in-law problems and fighting all the time. The one thing I never thought he'd do was cheat. You think you know somebody, but you don't ever know." April starts to say more, but stops herself and looks away. "We don't have to talk about all this right now, do we? We can talk about whatever you want." "I wish I'd have just stayed in college like you." She leans in and looks across the suitcase. "So you're the crisis professional standing by?" 6 at night till 6 in the morning, 6 days a week. How in the world did you end up with that job? I keep a pair of knockoff Wayfarers in the side door pocket. I reach down and slip them on. "I'm on a mission," I tell her. "From God." She doesn't catch the reference, so I take off the shades and tell her straight. "I was splitting shifts with my boss and DJing at the roller rink to make ends meet. Then the rink got hit in that freak storm. About the same time my boss relapsed and had to go back to rehab. So now I'm the crisis professional standing by all the time." April stares like maybe I'm making a joke. "For real?" she says. "Seriously," I reply. The windshield wipers mark time as white lines and telephone poles blur by. "I remember you used to show up for class looking like you just woke up, wearing that same black cowboy hat you got on right now," she says. "You were real quiet back then. I thought you were majoring in astronomy." "Yeah, I did too." "So what happened?" "Whatever happens," I ask, shaking my head and flipping up my hands before grabbing the wheel again. Life gets strange. She settles back in the seat and we ride a while without speaking. "Math," I confess. "Math?" Astronomy math was kicking my behind, so I switched to psych. Psychology is like science without all the calculus. The words hang before I clarify. Or maybe it's like emotional calculus instead. "Never was much good at calculus," April says. "Me neither."